Yeah, good morning folks, welcome back and welcome to the first proper real world riding review of my 1990 CBR600F in Penistone colour scheme. It's been a long time coming this. What a beautiful bike she is. I'm just going to run through some real world stuff. What's she like to ride? Is it worth buying one? I would say absolutely, definitely yes. How does she compare with modern stuff? You can't really do that. More often than not, people still ask, are these bikes still relevant? And I would say that they definitely are, you know. I mean, what do you need a bike to do? It's mainly for enjoyment. Well, for most of us it is anyway. I mean, I don't use it to commute to work, even though I could. They're insured for that if I wanted to. But whatever, you've got a car and it's a lot easier. You just get in car, don't you? But we're going to start off on how easy it is to refuel, but it's something you've got to do, so it should be easy enough. But what I will say is it runs on E5 fuel. I think Honda put a press release out when the first released E10, saying that their bikes from 1991 onwards can run on E10. Well, of course this is a 1990, so it can't. I know you can do a conversion, change all the fuel pipes and everything, and I may do that in time. I'll have to see. I'll have to look into it and see what's involved. I would imagine it's carb rubbers, diaphragms, obviously fuel pipes. I don't know if you have to put a coating on inside a fuel tank. I'm not sure. I'll have to get back to you on that one. But it's something I may or may not do in the future. First off, we'll nip into here and we'll get some fuel. See if we can find the E5 Ultra. That'll do us. Cap dead easy to get off. Well, that was a bit uneventful, sorry. Basic stuff in it, filling a bike up. There she is. And what a beauty. Well, that was pretty uneventful. I have got a fuel stabiliser or treatment maybe to put in called liquid moly. I'll try and pop up on screen as well how much it's actually cost me to get this running again after 5 years. I think you might be a bit surprised, it's not that expensive. Oh, she handles well. Yeah, while I'm riding up towards the lanes, I'll give you a little bit of a walk round. Like I say, I'll put the specs up on screen because there's no point in me trying to remember them all because I'll just fail. So I'll do a little bit of a walk round while I'm riding up there. Well, here she is, folks. 1990 CBR600F. In the Penistone colour scheme. Like I say, I'll put the specs up later on because I won't remember them all anyway. There you go, 32,436 miles in 35 years. That paint is just beautiful. It's like a pearlescent white. And on the logbook it does actually say that she's blue. Which is probably right, there's more blue in there, or maybe green. A nice, is it jade green seat? Sorry she's a bit mucky, that's from yesterday that. When it rained, when I took it for its MOT, but as you can see she's in pretty clean, original condition. There's a couple of cracks, I don't know if you can see that little crack there. But other than that, I mean, what do you expect? She's 35 years old. Nice pink wheels there, look. Primrose pink, I think that's called. But yeah, what a beauty. See, you've got age-related marks, look where paint's rubbed off. Now, a lot of people have said that, has it been restored? And the answer to that is no. So all the history of this bike is still here, you can see it. It's got upgraded braided hoses, that it came with them. Those are those road rider tyres. I'll pop the specs up later. But overall, what do you think? I think she's absolutely beautiful. I really do. Absolutely. Very unique. You just don't see them like this anymore, do you? So yeah, let's ride her a bit more, eh? Catch you in a bit. I do need to sort that tick over though. I've ordered some vacuum jets for my carb tune from Morgan in Ireland. They should be here in a few days. And I'll have another crack at that then. Once she's revving she sounds lovely. As I'm sure you'll agree. Yeah, there are probably things to compare, or to compare with they haven't got, or it hasn't got on a modern bike is ABS. There's no ABS. There's no traction control, as I discovered yesterday at rain, and it kept slipping out of it at the back end. No rider modes, which you don't really need anyway. No TFT screens, which I'm not a fan of, to be honest. I know there's some beautiful looking screens, especially the BMW ones, but I like that. I like the old analogue stuff. No fuel gauge, no gear indicator. You just have to count your gears. Proper old school biking. No catalytic converters, no Euro restrictions. Just 4 carburetors throwing fuel straight into engine. And boy can you tell. And you can also smell it as well. If you stand behind it, you can't stand there long. You can see why they did catalytic converters. Because they really do stink. Throttle's nice and smooth, not jerky at all. Overall a very nice riding experience. And if this review even helps one person to make a decision to buy something like this, then I'd be very happy. I mean, I paid about 500, in fact I did pay 500 quid for this about 8 years ago. I don't think you get one that cheap these days, but I would say what about 1500 quid? But even then, that's a bargain. For a bike of this calibre and this quality. Because even back in the 90s, Honda were making some pretty epic bikes, and this is one of them. But I think in this colour scheme, they only made these for a year, and a lot of people said thank God for that, but I think it's quite unique. I mean, how many of these do you see on road? Apart from this one. So this will be the only one we'll see today, I pretty much guarantee you that. I would say overall, you could use this as a daily rider. You could perhaps tour on it. I mean, what more do you need? I mean, for somebody on a budget that don't want to spend 10, 12 grand on getting the latest bike, then why not get something like this? It'll do everything that you need it to do. I mean, for me, it's just been a garage queen for the last 8 years. I've just kept looking at it and thinking, I'll sort you out one day, next year, next year, next year. And then 5 years passed, stuff kept getting in the way. And then this year I said to Luke, we are going to do that CBR, that's what we've done. Wow. Yeah, it's not mega fast. But at least you'll not get into trouble. Oh, listen to that though. That's top gear. This is just fantastic, this. It really is. What more do you need than that? Seriously, what more do you need? That sound from that engine, just incredible. I love 4-cylinder engines. Not only are they smooth, but they sound brilliant when they're wound up. As I'm hoping you heard then. Above any wind noise that's getting into my helmet. I hope we're recording. We are. And as you can see, she can be very civilised. I think we're in 5th gear. Like I said, with no gear indicator, I'm only guessing. Drop another one. I think that's 4th. Feels like 4th, that. These Avon Road Rider Mark IIs I've had put on, they're not a bad tyre. They're the only matching pair I could get for this bike. They cost me 285 quid for them. It's worth every penny. Oh, the handling is just sublime. To be said. You see why people went for these so much back in the 90s. It was the bike to have, if you remember, if you look back. I'm enjoying every minute of this. She's done 32,430 miles in 35 years. not exactly high mileage, is she? Named by the previous owner, or the original owner should I say, as Harriet the Honda. That name has stuck. I don't usually name my bikes, but I'll keep Harriet for this one. I'll make an exception. What a bike. I mean, there's not a lot I can say really, is there? I mean, I'm 35 years too late doing this review. But like I mentioned many times, as soon as I saw this bike, I fell in love with it. When I saw it in a photo for the first time, I weren't so sure. But you often find that, don't you? If you look at a photo, you think, oh, I'm not so keen on that, I don't like that. But then you go and look at it and you think, you know what, maybe it don't look too bad. That's how I felt with this. So I saw a photo, turned my nose up a little bit at it, and then I actually went through and looked at it, and fell in love with it and bought it. She likes to rev. Fourth gear at 30. She just purrs along. Honestly, what more do you need? You can keep all your modern stuff for me. They're too expensive to buy for a start. And probably a bit too expensive to maintain. I mean, I'll do a lot of this as much as I can myself. Like we've already done. I've got a Haynes manual. That explains things pretty comprehensively. So that's what we'll do. I mean, I did carburetors using Haynes manual. It's got a very low seat height as well, which I like. 780mm. I mean, I do feel a little bit tucked up. And I'm not really used to that, but like I say, I'm not going to be doing any extensive distances on her. So, but like I mentioned yesterday, if anybody's seen that video, when I took it for its MOT, I used to get a lot of wrist pain. But I weighed a lot more then. I weighed about 20-21 stone then. Now I'm only 15.9 I think. And if anything at the moment, my right hand is starting to ache a little bit, but I think that's because I'm gripping the throttle too tight. So that's on me, not the bike. But I do feel pretty upright with a slight lean forward. My legs are tucked up a little bit, but not too extreme. I would say it's an ideal riding position. Yeah, I'm not going to do too many reviews on other bikes. Like I mentioned before, I haven't got time to do that. But I'll do reviews on my own bikes. And we'll start off with this one. I've done one on the Royal Enfield when I first got it, so that's getting due for an update. But at the moment, we'll concentrate on this one. Mirrors are pretty good on this. I can just see probably about half my elbow, just got to move about a bit to look round them, but that's normal for most bikes, I think you'll agree. I'm hoping sound of this engine's coming through as well, because it does sound absolutely glorious. And she's totally standard apart from a Micron exhaust, but I have got the original exhaust. I was going to refit it, but after speaking to the guy who MOT'd it me yesterday, he said I'd be tempted to leave that Micron on and keep the one, you know, the standard one, for in case you need it at a later date, i.e. you might buy it worth a bit more, but that's irrelevant to me because I won't be selling it anyway. All my bikes have been left in my will to Luke. The current bikes I've got and any future bikes, I've covered that base. Suspension, I would say, is a bit on the soft side. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say it's in the Goldilocks zone, and I would say it is. It's not too hard and not too soft. I mean, I suppose you couldn't take it around a track, but it's actually, you could actually, because they do. I think they did a race series for these, didn't they? But if you see these little caps here, they're air valves, and you can put a little bit of air pressure in for a bit of preload. I think it's only about 5 or 6 psi, but I haven't put any in and it feels fine to me. Yeah, it's not on a par with modern suspension, but those folks could probably do with a rebuild, which I'll get round to in time. Like I said, this is an ongoing thing, but I would say overall you don't need too much. Get some of this E5 into them cylinders. Oh, listen to that. That just sounds fantastic. So the handling's pretty good. She's not too fast to get you into any serious trouble. That's top gear, because I've just tried to change into it. That's downsides of not having a gear indicator, isn't it? I know you can fit them, but I'm not going to bother, to be honest. It's certainly got a lot of character. There's a bit of vibration when you rev it, but just enough to let you know you're on a motorbike. Bit of tingling through right peg, strangely, but not in left. Like I say, you're on a motorbike, aren't you? Gonna go into top again, I'm already in it. She just sounds glorious. Starts straight on the button. We did have a bit of trouble with that when we first started doing it, me and Luke. She just would not start, and then discovered that all the carburettor jets were blocked up. So there's no wonder, is there? And when we finally got her to start, she absolutely stunk to high heaven. Very, very rich. That bad you couldn't stand near her. And if you did, you had to go in and change your clothes. Like pure petrol. And since I've cleaned carbs, yeah, you can still smell it. Because there's no catalyst, like I said. But it's not as bad. She's not going to live on fast roads. She's going to get treated to scenery like this. I mean, she's an old girl, so I'm not going to be thrashing her. Not that I do that with any of my bikes. That's just not my riding style at all. She's going to be nice and steady. Probably 2 or 3 times a month, depending on weather though. I do intend on using this bike. I'm a great believer, you know, is that mechanical things were designed and built to be used. All this gravel here. They were designed and built to be used, not to be stuck in somebody's garage. Which, to be fair, that's what I've done with this. But I've always had it at the back of my mind. Always. Just tucked away in a little corner with the intention of getting on with it. And like I've said, this year I've finally done it. And I feel a lot better for doing it. Just look at that view. Incredible. I used to see all these CBRs back in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. I mean, this particular one, my son weren't born until 1997. So he's 28, so this is 7 years older than him. And I can't wait while he has to go on this. I know when he took his bike training, he did that on an Hornet 600. I think it was a 600. That had no ABS because he failed his first mod 1 on emergency stop because he locked that wheel up. So he's got pretty much a good idea what an older bike feels like, but he's never ridden one this old. So I think he's going to quite enjoy this when he has a go on it, because I absolutely love it. Very nostalgic. As I'm getting older, I'm getting more into older bikes, you know, stuff that you used to see when you were younger. And I'd love to buy an old, really old, like BSA or Royal Enfield or Triumph, but I've nowhere to put it. I think if I bought another bike, it might cause a divorce. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Comments below. Go on this way for a change. Oh my God. Come on this way because the road surface is not brilliant. It's a little bit of a test for this suspension. It seems to be coping pretty well. Well happy with this. Like I said, you're going to hear me gushing about this, and I said that yesterday. I do like it that much. And I'm hoping you do too. Could you tour on it? Do you know what? I think you could. I mean, I was listening to a podcast other day at work while I was driving on U2 Music, and this guy, I think he's from Yorkshire somewhere, who runs it. I don't know if it's still running, whether it was an old podcast or what, but he was interviewing these two guys from Ireland, and they were in Armenia, and they'd purposely bought older bikes, like from, I think one had got one from late 80s, and the other one, I think were 1987, the other one were from 1991. And they purposely bought old bikes because they'd be easier to maintain. Now there's a lot to be said for that, isn't there? Because, I mean, all there is on this is CDI ignition. There's no ECUs or sensors to break down or out like that. I mean, what you see is what you get. I mean, you could probably repair this with basic tools. This is going up here in 6th gear, by the way, so there's plenty of torque, more than enough torque. So yeah, I mean, you could tour it out, couldn't you? I mean, there's people gone and done tours on 50cc mopeds. So could you do it on a 600cc bike from 1990? I would say yeah, you could. I just wish I'd got time to do it, because I would do it. One day I might have time. I just hope I've still got enough health to do it. Back into Wortley, lovely little place this. Tell you what, we'll nip down to Wortley Hall and see if we can get a couple of nice pictures for a thumbnail there. This is a beautiful place to visit if ever you're in the area. Wortley Hall. This is not bad, is it? It's the sort of thing I love to do these days. Beautiful old stately home here, look. was Wortley Hall. A beautiful place. It's now a hotel. I incorrectly said last time I came here on the Royal Enfield that this belonged to, well, I thought it belonged to the National Trust. I don't think it does. I think it belongs to the people, the local area. It's obviously been converted into an hotel for everybody to enjoy. Right, let's go. We're recording, can't tell. So one thing for this bike, you know, it's very manageable, feels very light. I think it's 185 kilograms wet. No, sorry, 185 kilograms dry. So wet, it's going to be over 200 kilograms. Like I say, I'll pop all the specs up when I do the edit. This is a bike that I've never regretted buying, but if I sold it, I think I'd regret it immediately. I did have somebody once wanting to buy it and restore it, but that put me off straight away. It doesn't need restoring. You wipe all the history away if you restore something like this, in my opinion, for what it's worth. Trying to go into top and I'm already in top. I do that with Royal Enfield. Need to learn to count. Is she fast? Well, that's 55, nearly 60, so that's speed limit, so yeah, she's fast enough. Do exactly what you need it to do. Within the law, of course. I wish I didn't have to go to work today. These tyres feel a bit weird on this bit of the road surface, but they have scraped it, so it's a bit ripply. Just need to get that tick over sorted when those jets arrive. That's carb balancing that's off that. Once she's actually running, it's not too bad, but that can only improve, can't it? Red line's up at 12,000 RPM. She's never going to see that with me. I think she deserves better than that. We're not going to thrash her. We'll let her have a bit of fuel now and again, but we're not going to go mad. You can hear that over that wind noise. That's up to about an indicated 65. But get a lot of crosswinds on here, which is what I'm getting. Back up this way. Oh, she sounds brilliant. I think old school engineering could be the best, you know. Listen to that. Wow, what more can you say? That's only up to legal speed limits. Gets there pretty quick. Pretty impressive for such an old bike. Behave. Well, what's my thoughts overall? I love it. And then I love all motorbikes. But this one, very, very special. Not least because of its age, the way that it runs. It's that colour scheme. History, the heritage. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Usable power. If I ever bought a sports bike, you know, I don't think I'd ever get full potential from it, because I just don't ride like that. You know, let that ref probably what, I mean, I didn't walk 8,000 RPM, look down at me only doing 60. So, usable power, folks, in the real world. You don't need 150 to 200 brake horsepower. I think this has got about 85. Probably not got that these days, but it feels pretty quick to me, or quick enough anyway. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. I certainly hope you've enjoyed it as much as what I have. This little review on the 1990 Honda CBR600. So if you keep an eye on the channel, there's going to be more rides on this, plus my other bikes. Now and again out with Luke on his street triple. So if you've enjoyed this, can you pop a like on? And maybe consider subscribing if you're not already. So thank you very much, and I'll catch you all next time. Cheers and thanks for watching.